All right, what's up, MyMegoLike geeks and freaks? So welcome to Saturday, September 9th, and we're going to do a little what's in the mail. I picked up a few things. I actually just uploaded a video on the MyMegoLike YouTube channel for Lou's Reviews. It's the Lego Icons Concorde model, which is absolutely out of this world. Ridiculously amazing set that we just got put together here and got going. So today we're going to do a couple new things. I have some stuff upstairs I'm actually going to be doing separately. Let's get started with this bad boy. So this I was actually just came in the other day. That is a Kenner 12-inch 1970 something Boba Fett figure with the original cape, which I was happy to get. He doesn't have his gun, he doesn't have his rockets, but you know what? It wasn't really going down the path to collect these things, but collecting them and even them being incomplete is okay. Now, what I did notice about this figure is if you take a very close look, and you can't see it there on camera, but there's a hole in the back of his head, and apparently, that's right, apparently you can look through that eye. It's not quite a Bionic Man eye, but you can actually look through the back of his head and I guess see what Boba Fett would see. So I was very excited to get that. I thought that was fantastic. It's a great example of what's in there. Then I got a few other boxes. I'm not quite sure what everything is. To be very honest with you, we're really running out of room down here, and I'm not quite sure what to do what the next step is. And then tear down my movie room and turn it into part of the collection, which I really didn't want to do because my daughter enjoys coming down here, relaxing and so on. Let's see what's in here. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, let's kind of keep the garbage together. Okay, so there we have it. That is a Mattel Space 1999 Captor Koenig. This one, I have to go in through and get a stitch remover because somebody went ahead and you can see they stitched up red stitches on it, and I hope it didn't ruin it. I'm just going to get a stitch remover to pull them out. I hope it didn't leave any holes in the fabric, because that would kind of suck, but it shouldn't be that hard to get out, matter of fact. Some of it may be able to come out now, believe it or not. Yeah, so I thought that was cool, because I have the other ones. I actually have the female figure. I can't remember her name, Doctor or something. If anybody's out there remembers, let me know. That one I have complete with the gun and everything, and she's kind of hard to get. Their belts are very similar to the Mego stuff. They're a pain in the butt. They get lost easily. Kids play, kids lose small things. Let's be realistic. That's just part of kind of being a kid there, if you will. So, all right, well, we'll go ahead and we'll take this out for another day because, yes, it's going to come out, and it doesn't look like we got any damage in there. I don't know why they'd sew that there. I guess Grandma was bored. His legs are a little loose, and these do have probably some of the crappiest bodies. They share the same bodies as the Welcome Back Kotter figures, among others, made by Mattel. He seems to be okay, but he did have his shoes. He does have his outfit. His head's in very nice shape. It's quite good there. Shoes, if you haven't seen them, these wonderful tan, I don't know what they are, 70s style shoes. All right, here's something else from. That's actually fun. I thought that was from my cousin who I haven't seen in ages. But this comes from the Netherlands, so I don't remember what this is. Let's find out, shall we? It's from the Netherlands. Nether, not never. Some people. All right, let's just see how this box is going to open. If you are on Facebook and I am not replying to your comments right now, it's because I cannot see them. I cannot see your comments. You have not allowed the Restream application. Get access through Facebook. If you want to swing over to YouTube to MyMegoLike, you can comment all day and I can see you. If you go ahead, oh, this is a good one. If you go ahead and you allow the app to run, which it's chat, was it restream.io//chat, I think. You'll be able to, somewhere there's a link where you can actually click and allow Facebook to allow your comments to post. All right, so you're going to like this. Get this a little closer. You're definitely going to like this. If you like Big Jim, you're going to like this. Incidentally, I did win an Invisible Man Big Jim with the Big Jim head. Come to find out, it was the rarest one they made for an incredibly low price. But it turns out the woman didn't ship it because somebody got to her first and probably said, "Hey, I'll pay you more," even though she had already contracted to sell it. But so be it. I found something else that was really, really cool. All right, let's go ahead and get this guy together. This is, I believe, the last pirate that I need for the Big Jim collection. And this is Captain Hook, which is a Big Jeff figure with a patch on his eye. He has his pistol. He has his little glove to cover his hand. And if you take a look, what this Captain Hook has, if you guys remember, Jesus Christ, what's it called? Thunder Fist. I can't think of the name of the Big Jim now. Been very, very, very long week. But hello, Harry Humstone. How are you? I believe if we push this, out comes Captain Hook's hook. Unlike the Fighting Furies version that does not come out, this one actually extends, and this is very much along the same line as the Big Jim. My God, I can't even think of his name now. Completely drawing Torpedo Fist. That's his name. My God, losing my shit. Okay, so same thing as Torpedo Fist, except this one is a hook. It is activated by what would normally be his karate chop action on the back. It is plastic. We do not want to get too crazy with that and break it. But there we have it. He's a very cool figure, a European Big Jim. Comes with his flint. He will do very well next to Captain Flint and was it Captain Drake? I think the one with the spinning face, if you will. Last year I picked up a large Big Jim stuff. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got some cool stuff. I picked up a lot, and it had let's see, it had the emergency vehicle, which I had to put back together. It was a little messed up, and some other parts in there. Oh, you sold it already, Harry? Wow, are you not collecting Big Jim anymore, or are they just extras for you? I'm always curious. Or maybe you're a dealer. I don't know if you deal. If you're a dealer, if you will. A toy dealer. A toy dealer. All right, this is from Connecticut. I don't know what this is. And incidentally, we do have an awesome package that has finally hit shoreside from our friend down under, Daniel Gates. Thunder from down under, Daniel Gates. There's a package probably sitting in customs somewhere. And I will probably not get it until I get back from my daughter from our trip next week. What would this be? I don't know. Let's see. I give people credit. They find creative ways to create boxes that they otherwise would not have. Let's see what this is. This is a mess. Not gonna work here anymore. All right, what is in here? Boatload of newspaper. I was prepared today. I brought down the heck? Oh my God, I know what this is. Okay. All right. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, you're probably going to really like this. And I mean the vintage G.I. Joe. I got to be very careful with this. I did not realize what this was. Not the 3 3/4 inch, but the old 12-inch G.I. Joes. Give me a second. Just give me a moment. Okay. This is in actually quite good shape from what I normally find. All right. There was a couple of things wrong with it, but I paid $35 for this. When you see this, you're going to lose your shit. So what's up? What's up, Thomas Sawyer? No, I never collected. It just came with G.I. Joe Tonka trucks, which I still haven't. Oh, okay. I have an extra. Okay. Oh, you collect Redline Hot Wheels. Okay, very cool. So, wow, you got that all with that? Very cool. What's in the box? It's the Red Snapper. So this is made by Irwin Toys. It is a blow mold motorcycle with sidecar. It's all blow molded as one piece. They're extremely fragile. As you can see, this one broke half the handlebar off. Most of them have, for whatever reason, half a handlebar or full handlebar going. Most gone. Most of them are also usually missing this machine gun that goes on the front. These usually have all kinds of stickers. This one has G.I. Joe. Looks like it's got like a Japanese sticker on there. The Red Sun. They've had them. They have ones actually with the Iron Cross from the Nazis. You can see the chrome on this is getting a little. Some of that might be. Just curious if that wipes off or not. Some of that might be wipeable, but it's all plastic. A lot of times they just get crushed, broken. It's got little training wheels. But this is made for a 12-inch G.I. Joe by Irwin Toys. Now, who's Irwin Toys? The same guys that make the yellow buggy that you guys see, yellow ATV, the blow mold ATV. I showed you guys an Army one last week or maybe earlier this week. Also showed you guys the yellow one. I showed you guys, I got the Doom buggy, which comes in pink and red and green. Plenty of those. I showed you one in box last week, but this is really a neat piece. It's very collectible and it's typically very, very expensive. This being broken, I don't even give a shit because normally these, I see them upwards of $100. It's missing the gun, handlebar might be off, maybe even missing a wheel, if you will, which is all the way connected through. If you see the axle comes all the way through out to here. And so on. But this one is actually in quite good shape. It is missing a few stickers. Like I said, it's got the machine gun and just the broken handle, and I paid $35 for that. I think he started at 60 or 50. I can't remember. But I offered him. We went back and forth. Then he brought it down, and then he made me an offer. And I was like, fuck that. $35, I'll take it. But it will fit your 12-inch G.I. Joes, your vintage, and so on. Now, I don't have a lot of military G.I. Joes, but I do collect Irwin Toys. I have the armored car over there, which is huge, huge car. I've got some of their Jeeps. They're blow mold as opposed to the better produced Hasbro ones that actually look like they put some quality into. The ones from Irwin are all blow mold toys. So this is, I didn't realize this was coming to. I'm very excited to get this. It's going to be hard to find space, but I'm sure I get a couple Joes to sit on it or inside of it so it can get some room on the shelf there. All right, let's bring this down. I'm terrified to break that guy. Okay. There's one more box here, and again, I don't know what this is. It's definitely not the one from Danny Gates. Should be a different one. Who knows? Could be a Bryant Sanchez inflatable taco sent all the way from Chicago, Illinois. All right, let's see what we got. By the way, if you guys watched the intro to this today and you don't know who that is, that's Space Giants, which was a really great show in the 70s. I don't know if everybody got that program on TV, but that was the Japanese opening, which is actually pretty preferable over the American one. Oh, yeah, I know what this is. Okay, I have one of these, but I bought another one because this one was wicked cheap. This is also G.I. Joe related. I know Brian Sanchez was discussing with me just a while ago that we don't have as much G.I. Joe stuff going up in MyMegoLike. And we should. We absolutely should. We should do Big Jim and G.I. Joe and all that good stuff. Bring this down for you. So we should definitely do it. This is made by Minor Industries as the original parent company, or what you might better known as, oh my God, was it Multicore Toys? Jesus, I'm completely drawing blanks today. So it's Minor Industries, who is the parent company to multiple toy makers. Okay. This was one of those sets. I have one. I've shown this a long time ago. I did a video on this, but I just got this one. It still has the handle, which is nice. It's got the clasp. It says System Control Headquarters. This is going to be a little tough to show on this table, so I'm going to bring this back, and we're going to see if we can get a little something here. We're going to open it up. The fun thing about these, from these vinyl play sets, is one, they're actually quite durable. Two, I believe these play sets were pretty much sold through catalogs. I don't know anyone who could tell me they ever found one in a store, and I don't have a catalog either to tell you which one it was, but there normally were Sears or Montgomery Wards. Those were the big ones back in the day. Okay, so this one has a little bit of issue, I think, or maybe not. We'll find out in a minute, won't we? Okay. So like I said, I have another one of these. The funny thing about these play sets is everything was so out of scale. So the idea was that you could roll this up and transport it with you. And then you can get to your grandma's with your cousins and you can bust out your G.I. Joes or your $6 Million Man or your Megos or your Big Jim. And you guys can start playing whatever you want to do. But if you take a look inside, I'm trying to point some of these things out to you. Everything is kind of out of scale. So we've got this kind of computer. This comes out. This computer gauges and some neat stuff. And then if you look over here, they have this lab. Take a look at the size of, look at the test tube on this thing. Completely out of scale. Giant. This microscope would not fit in a G.I. Joe's hand. Even Electroman, who's the bigger of all of them. But the idea here was that you had this really cool play set. And then you had this counter where you could get this is where you could come in and you could get all your gear. If you were to come here, you'd have a G.I. Joe back here and he'd assign you all your gear, your scuba gear, your ski gear. I mean, the size of the binoculars here are gigantic. I mean, seriously, almost modern kid size. So it looks like a couple of these pieces popped out of the rivet. That's okay. A couple of the rivets popped. This, I have to remember, was this attached or loose? Because every time I see this, it's loose. I know when oh no, this is actually loose. This is what this is. This is a bench. Believe it or not, this is supposed to be a bench where they could sit down, and the idea is they could come and they could sit at the computer here, I guess. This needs to get a little, I'm going to hit this with a hair dryer, get a little bit of heat and kind of get it molded back into shape. The idea is that they could sit here and they could hang on the computer and so on. Let me give you an idea for scale. I'll get a G.I. Joe. Show you guys what we got. I'm not going to take him off his stand, but here's your G.I. Joe. Okay, you get a little idea of size and so on. Him inside, him standing behind the counter, dishing out equipment to his fellow dudes. Okay, and so you get an idea of what this is all about. But it's a very cool knockoff playset. It was geared for action figures and boys. Obviously, it's got that green military style to it, that ugly olive drab that they were making all those toys in the 70s for. You could roll it up. It was portable, at a handle, so you could even put your Joes or your stuff inside here. You go ahead and put them inside, roll it up, and take it with you. Then you could just go out to your grandma's, go out to your cousins. You'd have all your toys with you and have to leave anything at home. So it's a pretty cool play set. Like I said, I have two of them. The first one I bought was about $50. This one, I think I paid about $30 or $35, if I remember correctly, which is pretty, I would say is more of a fair price for something like this. It's a knockoff and it's very hard to find, but it's not something that a lot of people are collecting. Like, it's a very specific group of collectors, in my opinion. I was reaching out to John Toyzilla Marshall about it, asking him things, and he was helping me with some of the info that he knew about it and so on. If you're a Joe collector and you're just a true-blooded Joe collector and it's all G.I. Joe Hasbro stuff, then this is not something that's going to go in your collection because it's not Hasbro. But if you're looking for something that's Joe and could technically handle other figures, I mean, this guy would be a little small here, right? He'd be a little small, but you could still do it if you want. Use your imagination. That's what kids did back then. They don't really do that anymore. Matter of fact, you might even be able to get a Star Wars figure in there. You sure as hell could. Now, he'd be a little oversized, but he would work. Okay. So there you have it. You got your G.I. Joe System Control Headquarters by Minor Industries, also known as the parent company to multiple toy makers. Minor Industries, Inc., New York, 10010. Catalog styled order toy and so on. I'm going to try something very careful. I don't know if anybody has any experience with kind of re-straightening out vinyl other than pressing it with weights for a long time. One of the things I was going to try and do, possibly put some very low heat on it so it warms up and then go ahead and press it, which will probably help the cause there and so on. But I'll let you know how that makes out unless somebody has some opinion on it. All right, let me roll this guy up. It's kind of a neat place, and I'll take a look at some of your comments and see. I don't know if anybody else has this. But it is a neat playset. It is hard to find, although I've seen a few pop up on eBay recently. I think there were 2 or 3 up. You know, it's funny with eBay and other places that, you know, you don't see anything forever, and then somebody sells one and gets a really good price because it's been there for a while. This is interesting. Oh, it's got some plastic strap that broke across here. So there's some vinyl strap here. I don't know what that's for. Okay. And then, as soon as they sell it, somebody else, wow, look at that. They got it for a lot of money. I got one. Let me go sell it for the same or try and make more. And then rarely, once you start flooding it like anything else, they don't become usually as expensive or desirable. So there it is, the system control headquarters. Easy, almost like a little suitcase, not too heavy. Might be a little heavy for a 5-year-old, but for the rest of you, I don't think so. All right, let me bring this. Let me bring this here. Okay. All right, where are we? Here we go. Let's go take a quick look. So I looked at Harry's. I looked at Thomas Sawyer. Let's see, 12-incher. That's right, Harry, 12-incher. That's what she said. Shit, love. I love it. That's what she's. Yeah, Brian Sanchez always getting to me, beating me on that. Oh boy, gold or silver and gam. Rodak. Thank you, Harry Rodak. That's correct. That's the same thing like Ultraman. Very much like Ultraman. That's correct. The Space Giants, the city that scares the hell out of Lou. That's yeah, that's true. I love the Space Giants, says Brian Sanchez. That's catalog item, says Brian Sanchez. It was made for G.I. Joe and the G.I. Joe knockoffs. There we go. Got a little confirmation from a Joe expert in the room. Thank you, Brian Sanchez, for that. That's awesome and screams 70s. 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. That's an oversized Boba Fett. Kenner made Boba Fett 12-inch before The Empire Strikes Back came out. So there are some 12-inch Boba figures. Oh, and a Star Wars box. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right. Well, there you have it. So that's our podcast or the podcast. Geez. So I was doing podcasts at work and so on. That is our what's in the mail for today. I have some, like I said, some other Joe stuff that I got upstairs and a play set. I actually got the Ideal Toy GI Sentry play set. I got the rare one or the rarer one, which had the plastic tray and the plastic front as opposed to the vinyl inside. They break, they fall apart, they rot. They're very difficult to come by. And the one that I have, other than them, the side pulling apart and them, where it's connected and so on, pulling apart from the vinyl, everything else I think is like mint. Even though white on the outside of the case is like brand new. The Joe they gave me inside, other than his arms were cracked, the paint, he's a painted head. He's absolutely brand new. He's fantastic. And there's a knockoff in there, which I want to bring up, see if anybody recognizes it and so on. Sanchez, did you get to see the Captain Hook Big Jim that came in? Yep. Torpedo Fist by Captain Hook. Style. What's your style? There you go. Captain Hook. Great idea. Mattel did a great idea with the Big Jim Pirate series as far as I'm concerned. I think that's the last pirate that I needed. And so that's it. All right. Well, now you've seen it. All right. I'm going to go get off of here and go get some real shit done. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great Saturday. Look for more videos. There'll be plenty more. I said I have at least another one to do. And check out the video. Oh, I also did a really cool video on the Lego Icons Concorde that I just finished putting together, which is just an amazing piece. It really is. Absolutely amazing. All right. Peace.